Hey, horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of The Woman in the Window. Alright. Cast and crew information down below, and let's start off with the IMDb plot here. Now, I'm going to butcher this word, but I'll try it anyway. An agoraphobic, butchered the word like I said, woman living alone in New York began spying on her new neighbors, only to witness a disturbing act of violence. Um, yeah, I'm not even gonna look up that word. If you watch the movie, you kind of get what's going on there with her, and I'll kind of clue you in a minute. Um, but anyway, this is a movie that's on Netflix, and it's not necessarily horror. IMDb doesn't really list it as horror. It's crime, drama, mystery, thriller, which I would kind of go with. Um, but I decided, I kind of debated, should I talk about this? Should I not? Blah blah. And I thought it at least had some merits there to talk about, and that's why I'm kind of throwing this up here. Um, it stars Amy Adams, and many of you are familiar with her, and a couple other people are in here: Gary Oldman, Anthony Mackie, and so forth. But it's mostly about her, and she does a terrific job in this movie. And what I like about it, and why I kind of bringing this forward, and I'm gonna try to be as spoiler free as possible, and really so because I think the reason why I'm bringing this is because um, it's kind of got a good twist here. It's got a good ending, and I think that's what it builds up to. Um, like I said, IMDb, one of the things it listed is mystery, and I think um, that's kind of what's really good here. If you're looking for something that's kind of gonna keep your attention, kind of give you some weird stuff, probably gonna give you, I think I made clear in my Saw review um, that when it comes to like solving mysteries and stuff, I suck, and I don't usually guess what is going on in the right way. And you would think that with all the horror I've seen or whatever, I'd be better at it, but I'm just not. When there's weird stuff happening and something to figure out, it usually goes over my head, or I usually try to think, oh, it's gonna be that, and then it's something not. And I was kind of getting myself again in this one clued in on something else, and was like, okay, it's got to be this, and it wasn't. And that the answer was right there in front of me, and I completely missed it again. So I think that that is probably the number one reason I'm bringing this forth and doing a review here. Is if you're looking for something with some mystery, and it's going to kind of throw some clues out at you, and kind of give you a scenario, and kind of maybe lead you in the wrong direction, while the answer is probably right there all along. Um, this is something that you may want to watch. Again, if you're very good at figuring things out, you may this may start to unfold, and you're like, bam, I know what's happening. It's that, and then turn around to me like, hey, that wasn't so hard to figure out. What the hell? I don't know. Like I said, some people figure it out better than others. Um, Usually, my wife figures it out before I do. So, um, I don't know what that says, but anyway. Um, but besides, the twist and having a good ending there, uh, Amy Adams does do a terrific job in this movie, and a lot is on her. Um, Basically, as this goes on, um, and I don't know exactly. I guess they felt it was important to show you the time frame, and I guess um, maybe because to see how her mentality changes within the time frame. But I think it goes through the course of a week, and maybe another day or two, but at least a week, I think. And so they'll start. I don't remember what day they start on. I don't remember if they started on the Monday or what day they start, but basically they're going to go through a week and show you the events of a day, and then make sure they tell you, when the next day comes. Um, so, early on you're going to meet her, and she's in her apartment, and she won't leave the apartment. She has um, issues where she just can't leave. She doesn't want to go outside, and something has happened in her past that has led to this, and you're gonna learn a little bit more and more about that as the movie goes on. I'm not gonna I'm gonna keep this as vague as possible and as spoiler free as possible, um, so that if you do watch this, you can gather in all the necessary clues that you need, and take it from there. But yeah, they're gonna give you bits and pieces of why she is the way she is. Um, she spends a lot of time at the window too, and obviously it's by the title. And she spends a lot of time looking at the apartments next door, and seeing what's going on, and coming familiar with some of the routines of the people across the street and so forth. And one of the things that happens early on is a new couple moves in with a son, and she notices them moving in and so forth. Um, they come over and kind of introduce themselves to her, um, so she gets to know a little about them, and then one of the nights early on, she witnesses something go on in the apartment, and she insists that it happens a certain way. Other people in the apartment say it happened in other ways, and so forth. So there's some um, issues with that, and like I said, I'm trying to be very careful because I don't want to give anything away. But basically, yeah, something is going to happen in this apartment to certain individuals in this apartment, and other individuals are going to say, that maybe that didn't happen, or didn't happen in that way. Um, so as the audience kind of looks at her and kind of sees her mentality is going to kind of change as the week goes on. Um, you know, is it her? Is it her kind of being locked up too long? Um, she is going to meet a couple of other individuals and have some interaction with them, and they're going to be strange interactions. Whenever she kind of interacts with somebody, it's going to be a little weird. Um, and I think that just adds and builds to the mystery of what's happening here. Um, but she was an ex-child psychologist, and maybe that kind of messes up with her mind a little bit as well. Um, but she wants to help in certain circumstances, and sometimes you kind of see her go to the door, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna be brave, and then it kind of backfires on her, and she kind of has setbacks and so forth. So a lot of drama is gonna happen to her individually, and you're gonna see flashes of her and her mind kind of taking her here and there. Some of those things are clues, and some of those things are just maybe clues to her past, or some things that may be helping her try to figure out what's going on here. But yeah, they're gonna really push on her mental capacity here as part of this, and mystery, to see where this goes, and then it kind of unfolds, and again, when everything kind of comes to a point and you're kind of clued in on what's happening, I'm just like, damn, I should have seen that. So if you've seen this and you figured it out, you can feel free to put in the comment section. I don't know how you didn't see that earlier. But it leads to a very dramatic and fun ending, exciting ending, and kind of puts the punctuation on everything. So yeah, so while it's not not usual blood and guts kind of thing, it's not horror here. I just kind of really wanted to throw that out for those that may be looking for something with a little bit more mystery to it. It's dark. She keeps her apartment, with the curtains kind of closed for the most part. Even in the daytime. So her apartment is kind of dark or dim most of the time. So that kind of adds to like the weirdness here and the mystery. Um, and then she definitely has some interesting characters that come along as well. Um, so with that, I think I'm gonna give this one three pools of blood because I liked the end of it, and I liked being surprised and fooled and so forth. And no, I'm not ashamed to tell you that I suck and I was fooled. Um, I've been fooled before. I think it's worse when the movie tries to fool you and they kind of fool themselves, meaning that they try to give an ending that doesn't make sense. And I'm not even going to get that because I just saw a tweet about a movie that always pisses me off because they try to trick you into liking the movie, but the ending made no sense. Good movie, but the ending made no sense. You guessed the movie. Um, so with that, yeah, three pools of blood, and that again is out of five. Um, and with that, horrorscorereviews.blogspot.com, where you can find more reviews, more written reviews. Of course, I post these video reviews as well, but if you're looking for written reviews, you can find them there. Um, Twitter, Facebook information down below. Feel free to comment about this movie or reach out to me about other movies or talk horror, even though this one's not horror. We can talk about horror there as well. And if you want something reviewed, you can reach out to me there as well. So, yeah, that's it for I guess the woman in the window. Again, that is on Netflix. Trying to catch up on my Netflix, I guess. And I guess I will catch you on the next review, horror fans.